I want to quickly talk to you about SoFi versus Best Egg versus LendingClub. So, of course, I'm speaking here about personal loan comparison. So, I'm doing a quick compare and contrast between those three lenders. Okay. So, here are the loan providers that I want you to think about. First of all, let me talk to you about real quick about SoFi. So, when you think about SoFi, one thing that you will really love is that SoFi is so generous. It's amazing. Can you imagine? They're giving you a maximum loan amount of $100,000. So basically, the delta between when it comes to SoFi, the loan amount goes from 5,000 all the way to 100 grand. That's really really good. And and you have also an APR that's kind of decent in the sense that you have 9% all the way to a 30% with auto pay for sure. So when you actually choose SoFi, you definitely want to have auto pay because that's how you can shave off like a few percentage points off of the APR. Okay, and so when you think about SoFi, I want you to think about a minimum credit score that's around 600, 580 to 600. They're pretty flexible, and you have a term lengths that go from 24 months to 84 months. So of course, if you borrow $100,000, you're gonna need a lot of years, a lot of months to actually pay it off, unless you have the budget to pay it off real fast. So when you think about SoFi, think about flexibility, think about affordability, but also think about speed when it comes to funding the loan. So you can actually you can close everything within 2 days. I mean, from application to approval. So that's really good. So SoFi actually caps its loan at $100,000. That's really good because the average in the industry it's really lower. It's actually one half. It's $50,000. But SoFi really is differentiating itself with this huge amount. The other player that does it is Lightstream, a unit of a Truist Bank. The third other player that does this in the industry is Wells Fargo, by the way. So this is really good to know. So when you think about SoFi personal loan purposes, you can use the loan for any kinds of possibility. So that's really good. So you have a lot of possibilities, and the customer experience at SoFi is pretty good too. Okay, customer support is available from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific, Friday through Sunday, and from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Thursday. So that's really good. The number, by the way, the number to call if you have any question is 1-855 456 7634. 1-855-456-7634. The good thing about SoFi is that SoFi has a lot of positive reviews out there. A lot of folks love SoFi for its customer service, for how fast the loan has been, how fast they approve loans. Okay, the speed of approval. Okay, on Trustpilot, for instance, you have more than 8,500 reviews that really are speaking positively about SoFi. But the thing is, if you want to really qualify for a SoFi personal loan, you want to be employed, you want to have an offer of employment good within 90 days, or you want to have another reliable source of income, and you want to have a credit score that starts at 600. Okay, that's when SoFi will start looking at your application. So this is important. And also, you always want to go through the pre-qual routes. You want to really go the soft pull route. You want to really pre-qualify for the loan before you do anything. That way, you are able to preserve your FICO score. Okay, so get a quote, see how much they are willing to give you, because even though they approve, they advertise $100,000, chances are you're not getting $100,000 unless you really have a superb financial profile. Okay, so get a quote, add information, and finalize your application, and review loan details, and hit the submit button, and then they will approve you. And after they approve you, as I said a little earlier, they will fund the loan within 1 to 2 days, and they are really fast. But just make sure you have a bank account, because if you have auto pay, you are able to have discounts. Like you can have like 0.5% off your APR, or even 1% off your APR. So that could be massive, really, especially if you have those huge loan amounts. So that could be really massive. So I want to talk to you now about Best Egg. So when you think about Best Egg, of course, Best Egg doesn't give you $100,000. So basically, you have a lender that's less generous, quote unquote, because I mean, Best Egg is giving you a 2,000 to a 50,000. So that's still it's still huge anyway. So I shouldn't say a lender that's less generous. I mean, 2,000 to 50,000. That's very decent. Okay, more than decent, by the way. So Best Egg is worth considering if you are a borrower looking for, let's say, a secured loan, or you want to consolidate debt. But the loans actually come with an origination fee. Okay, so loan amount $2,000 to $50,000. You're looking at 8% all the way to 36% in terms of APR. So APR way higher than what SoFi is offering, and the minimum credit score goes from 550 all the way to 600. So it is what it is. It's a little high, but hey, listen, it is what I mean. It is the APR is high because the FICO score requirements are lower. Okay, so if you have bad credit, you can still qualify for a loan with Best Egg. So it is what it is. And so when you have a Best Egg, you have a wide range of loan amounts, secure loan options also. You have direct payments to creditors with debt consolidation loans, fast funding, like they're kind of similar to SoFi in terms of funding, like funding speed, so 1 to 2 days, and you have free credit score monitoring too. On the flip side, you do have an origination fee to account for. There are no rate discounts, and there is no mobile app to manage the loan. So this is a little problematic from that point of view. So, but overall, when you think about Best Egg, you have a pretty flexible lender. So you can use the cash for debt consolidation, credit card and loan refinancing, home improvement projects, emergencies, medical and dental bills. So that's really cool. Vacations, weddings, family planning, funerals, moving, business expenses, taxes, vehicle financing, other large expenses too. So you have a large area of use of loan proceeds, by the way. So now Best Egg does not allow you to use the cash for investing purposes, so you can't really do that, or for post-secondary education expenses, or for any kind of illegal activity. So when you think about Best Egg, before you apply, just make sure you have like you've taken care of your credit. In other words, check your credit just to make sure that you're definitely at least have an idea of how much you can actually qualify for. Okay, so even though the minimum actually is 550 in terms of FICO score, you still want to know where you are at. So check your credit. You can actually go on annualcreditreport.com to really have a clear idea of where you stand. And then you also want to pre-qualify. Always pre-qualify. Kind of similar to SoFi. Never actually go in a loan application process like the hard pull way right away. Don't apply right away. Whenever possible, you want to pre-qualify to see how much you can qualify for before. Okay, so you want to pre-qualify on Best Egg's website, and then you can see how much they are offering you. And then you also want to calculate your monthly payments. So use a personal loan calculator to determine what APR and repayment term you would need to get a loan with affordable monthly payments. And you also need to make sure that you compare and contrast loan offers, because the thing is that SoFi is going to give you a loan offer. It's going to make a loan offer to you. Best Egg is the same thing. LendingClub, the same thing, the third player. So it's always good to actually compare and contrast loan offers before accepting a loan offer, before accepting one. Okay, once you accept one, then you have to go through the whole hard pull process. Your FICO score will be pulled and back and forth. Okay, and but the bottom line here is that Best Egg gives you a maximum of $50,000. And also, one thing you need to understand is that Best Egg is not available nationally. So there are some states where Best Egg is not available. For instance, if you are in Colorado, Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Kansas, Maine, North Dakota, you have Vermont, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming, you are not going to get a loan. Let me repeat that. So loans are not available in Colorado, Connecticut, Hawaii, Iowa, Kansas, Maine, North Dakota, Vermont, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So if you are in those states, just look for another lender. Next, I want to talk to you about LendingClub. So when you think about LendingClub, I want you to think about a lender that's even less generous than Best Egg, because the LendingClub actually is giving you a maximum loan amount of $40,000. Think about it. SoFi is giving you a maximum loan amount of $100,000. Best Egg is giving you a 50 grand maximum, and the LendingClub is giving you 40 grand. So you can see that the maximum amount is going down and down and down. But the good thing is that LendingClub actually is a great lender to consider if you have less than stellar credit. Okay, LendingClub is more of a marketplace. LendingClub is not a direct lender; it is a marketplace that's great for personal loan origination, especially if you need to borrow as little as $1,000. Okay, now be aware that you do have an origination fee that may be as high as 8%. Okay, so LendingClub, 1,000 to 40,000. APR that goes from 9% to 36%. Now, minimum credit score 500. So that's it's a marketplace. So you have all kinds of investors who are willing to actually bid on your loan, really. Okay. Now, so you have an origination fee that goes from 3% to 8%. That's kind of cool. And joint applications are accepted. So that's kind of cool also. And kind of similar to SoFi or Best Egg, you have the possibility to pre-qualify with a soft inquiry. So this is kind of cool. Now, hard inquiries only occur if and when a loan is issued to you in the end. And but on the flip side, when you consider a LendingClub, remember that you have the origination fee, and you also have variable rate loans that are not available. And so the maximum loan amount is actually 40 grand. So when you think about it, when all is said and done, really, LendingClub is best for people who want a joint personal loan, for people who want the ability to pay their creditors directly, and also people who need a loan between $1,000 and $40,000. So you can see that it's pretty good. And basically, LendingClub is actually available nationwide. So all 50 states they do qualify. So speaking about qualification, how do you qualify for a LendingClub personal loan this year? Basically, you just need to be a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or living in the U.S. on a long-term visa. Okay, like 2 years to 10 years. You must also be at least 18 years old and have a bank account. So LendingClub wants to make sure you have a bank account, and so LendingClub asks for 3 years of credit history, and will carefully review how you have repaid debt in the past. And you also want to have a debt-to-income ratio, a DTI ratio below 40%, because LendingClub looks for a low DTI when setting rates. And pre-approval is available with the soft credit pool through the lender's website, and so that's really good. And one thing I want to say here is that when it comes to the availability of a LendingClub operations, you have a lot of flexibility. Okay, so LendingClub is based in San Francisco, and they do accept applications from all 50 U.S. states and Washington D.C. So they don't have the geo restriction that Best Egg does have. Okay, and so if you want to apply, if you're interested in applying for a LendingClub loan this year, you want to really visit the LendingClub website. Okay. And to check your rate. So check your rate means that you are able to see if you can pre-qualify for this lender and how to pre-qualify real fast, by the way. So that's really good. And so if you when you actually go through, just make sure that you have your first name, last name, your address, your email, your phone number, and annual income. So those are basic pieces of information that LendingClub asks for, and then you choose the loan amount and describe the loan purpose. So they want to know like what you're going to use the cash for, and you want to add a co-borrower if you need help to qualify, let's say for a better rate. So that's really so I was actually saying that's really interesting. If you want to maybe beef up your chances of qualifying for a loan, you want to really add a co-borrower, and you want to find out which loans you qualify for based on your credit score, but also on your income. But also, let's say your financial profile in general, okay? And you want to choose among LendingClub's multiple offers to find the one that suits you. So that's really important. But overall, when you think about LendingClub, I want you to think about a very reputable platform, okay, that has about 4 to 5, I mean 4.5 out of 5 stars from more than 1,500 to 2,000 reviews on Trustpilot. So pretty decent review, pretty decent sort of score when you really think about it. So when you think about SoFi versus Best Egg versus Lending Club, which one should you go for this year? Which one should you choose this year? Before I actually give you the our choice, you got to really ask yourself when it comes to getting a personal loan in general. You have to really understand that it's not just about the institution where you get the loan, right? It's also about the use of loan proceeds and also the repayment window, because the repayment window will have a big impact on how much you are paying, you are shelling out every single month. So be very careful there, okay? So before actually, so you got to also ask yourself, should you get a loan at an online lender? Should you get a loan at a credit union? Do you get a loan at a traditional bank? Should you get a loan at an alternative lender? So it's one of those things where you have to see what works for you, okay? But you always want to check your credit score first, because it doesn't matter. Don't think that because online lenders are cheaper than traditional banks, then they'll cheaper in the sense that they will approve you real fast. But you always want to make sure that everything starts. Just remember that everything starts with your credit score. So you want to really check your credit score to have a clear idea of where you stand on the FICO spectrum, okay? And you also want to shop around for lenders. So when you shop for a personal loan, don't just stick to one category. Don't say, you know what, I'm only going to talk to online lenders. No, you want to talk to online lenders. You want to talk to credit unions. You want to talk to banks. You want to talk to everybody, okay? That way you are really sort of extending the realm of possibilities that you have. You also want to verify your information. For instance, when you say, well, like once you select a lender, you need to verify the information that you provided in your loan application, because typically the lender will want to verify your identity, employment, and income. So you may need to provide, let's say, a government issued form of identification plus W-2s or pay stubs. So, the due diligence can be as deep as needed. So during this part of the process, you will likely need to submit to a hard credit pull before the lender offers you a final approval. This can cause your credit score to temporarily drop by a handful of points. I mean, usually it's 5 to 15 points, by the way. And you just need to close on your loan, really. Okay, so that's really something to think about. But so overall, as a review, when you think about SoFi versus Best Egg versus Lending Club, which one should you go for this year? Our choice is pretty simple: SoFi. The reason is that SoFi will give you a larger loan amount. SoFi is present in all 50 states, whereas Best Egg actually is geo-restricted. Lending Club is kind of cool too, but Lending Club actually is only available up to $40,000, whereas SoFi is giving you a maximum of $100,000. So SoFi is the best lender this year when you really think about it. So as a recap, in today's conversation, I spoke to you about SoFi versus Best Egg versus Lending Club. So I gave you the loan providers. So I spoke about SoFi, Best Egg, and Lending Club, how to qualify. I spoke about the loan process, the review, and the recap. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.